Hi everyone, how are you all? Well, I hope. You may have noticed I've had a little makeover, not me, the wall at the back. I thought it was time. What are we, like 7 or 8 years on this channel? I went for setting plaster, Farrow & Ball. Actually looks a lot darker here, I should probably put a light on it, but it's really warm and cosy. I felt that sometimes that wall made me look a bit green. You know how some lights and some colours of walls reflect off your skin. Anyway, by the by, setting plaster if you like the backdrop. Got a few new things to show you today, and I wanted to do a pink makeup. Pink is everywhere, isn't it? Oh, such gorgeous vibrant fuchsias in all the blooms and petals coming through, and in the shops, in trousers and shirts and scarves and hats. Wonderful. So obviously most of us always wear black. I'm still trying to get my friend in for the colour thing. It's definitely happening. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Family-wise and friend-wise. I haven't been able to organise it yet. So that's going to happen. I know a few of you have asked me direct message-wise, and yes, it is happening. But most of us got a black jumper. And yes, it might not be, when you're pale as me, the most flattering, but you know, you can always put a little bit of colour with it. This colour here is Nails Ink, Summerland Gardens, really pretty kind of fuchsia pink, and I thought I'd do quite a light makeup with a pop of pink somewhere on my face. I'm not sure where yet. First up, Vichy Capital Soleil. This is new and it is so lovely. If you're looking for an SPF that you want to wear of high factor every single day under makeup, please do not hesitate in popping this in your basket. It feels so premium. It feels like silk on the skin. It sets beautifully under makeup. It doesn't have that cast, that white cold cast on it. It just feels like a really, really expensive UVF. What's that unidentified flying object? UFO. That's a UFO. SPF. Let's stick to what I know. And I've had a couple of facials. I had one facial actually, where I've kind of really gone, but the facials is really trying to help me alleviate a lot of this pigmentation, which I know through having one of those Visioras. Have you ever had one of those pictures of your skin? Get them in sort of dermatology places and facial clinics, etc., which show you the skin damage. And because I unfortunately burnt my skin a lot when I was younger due to all the acne that I had, I've got a lot of pigmentation coming through. So I really, really must protect my skin with Factor 50 every day. And putting something like this on feels great. So it's very, very easy. So I'm going to start with one of my classic favourites, Trini BFF Skin Perfector. Again, SPF 30, but it's good to layer it. I wouldn't just use this as my protection because I need the protection. And this is shade medium. If you haven't used this product before, it comes out and it is off-white. And then you rub it into your skin and it changes colour into that kind of like warm colour, very similar to the sort of Rosalique. You know, it just kind of gives you that nice veil of colour. But anyone who says to me, oh, I've never worn any colour on my face, Caroline, you know, I don't want to use foundation. What about a tinted moisturiser? What would you recommend? For the kind of real sort of scaredy cats or newbies to makeup, or people with quite, oh, so I've got it, literally got it everywhere, or people with quite thick skins that I know that as soon as I put anything on the skin, it's really going to show. And if they're not used to it, this is a really great recommendation. As you can see, it's just taken all the redness out of my skin, neutralising it, but it still looks super, super fresh. But obviously it's not going to cover anything. You can still see all the details in your skin, which I think people like. I think if you've never worn makeup before or foundation, or you're scared of wearing foundation, when you see your face totally perfect and one shade, it's scary. Not scary, that's ridiculous. You don't like it, it doesn't look like you. So you automatically want to take it off. And if it is a sort of medium coverage, then you might find that you don't like the feel of it, the texture of it. So this is such a great skin perfector, like the Rosalique and others that I recommend, but this is just a great no makeup look. So always a classic, always on my recommendations. Well done, Trini. So because of that, and because I'm using a pink, I want to also cover the areas of my skin that do have the pigmentation on. And because I had a treatment the other day, you will see, well not you will see because I don't know what it will look like in a week, but it will get darker and darker. So it's kind of like a gradual process. I'm sure a few of you have had your have had IPL. That's the laser that I had on pigmentation before, just to kind of give my skin clarity. I think for me, if my skin feels bright and luminous, then I just feel so much better. It's not about my skin being tight or, well, I suppose it is, plump. It's not about my skin looking like I haven't got lines on my face, because I would look weird if I didn't have lines on my face. I'm 50 years old. It's just about the kind of clarity and texture of my skin that is my want. That's what I want out of my skin. So having these kind of facials should help, but it's going to take sort of 3 or 4 to kind of give the clarity of it. And then once you're on top of it, which I've kind of not been topping it up, then especially after the summertime. Normally I would go in the summertime, after the summer, when I've had a lot of a sun exposure, and kind of get that all topped up, but I haven't, so I'm a little behind. Anyway, there we go. But you might think, well, why have you just put that Trini on and then you've just gone over with that? Because I like the overall effect of the lightness, and then I just go in, just tapping away what I don't really want to see. But for instance, one of my cheek here, I'm just not going to get rid of, but I don't care. But it gives me that extra protection, but the Trini just kind of just gives a really nice kind of like light glow. What I was saying is about the pink. So when you're using pink and red in your makeup, you will bring out those colours in your complexion. So I was with this, well, I was watching this lady try on a lipstick in Liberties yesterday. I didn't want to get involved. I was just listening to the conversation. She said, I just don't, she literally had no makeup on. And she tried on a kind of very watermelony pink lipstick, and it's just too bright, it's just not doing anything for me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's because you've got nothing on your skin. Her skin, she had quite a ruddy complexion, but just a little bit of base over the front of her cheeks and just neutralising the chin. That lipstick would look insane on her. It's such a shame, but I didn't really want to step in and go, hold on a minute. But that is the thing. If you feel that you put a lipstick on, and maybe you're shopping with a friend, daughter, girlfriend, whatever, by yourself, and you put it on and you think it's not doing me any favours, just check your skin. If it's not doing you any favours and you've got a nice, perfected skin, then that's not the shade for you, because it's a very emotional colour, isn't it? But if you just try a lipstick on without other makeup, I mean, no, it's just not going to work. And I don't think people talk about that very much. Right, so let's go straight in. I'm going to use an e.l.f. putty blush. Unfortunately, the sticker's come off with the name. I will put the colour in the description below. It should be in the little box down there, but anyway. I showed you last week the effect of kind of having an illuminating blush and how that kind of really kind of angularized my face. Now, I'm going to apply this blush just a little bit higher. It's kind of a trend way of wearing blush at the moment, where the girls have kind of got, say the girls, like the youth, are wearing their blush just a little bit higher to kind of give that little bit of a lift there. So I'm just applying it where I'd normally apply the highlighter, because as you can see, it just kind of lifts up that area. I think I definitely look a little bit more angular in my face after that facial yesterday, which is nice. I wonder how long that will last for. So on the other side, so starting at the top of the cheekbone, and whereas I would just sort of keep it in this area, just going to take it a little higher, just into that highlight, and I'll work a little bit of highlight over the top. We'll see whether it works. But already it's just so nice to have that colour against the black. So when I get my friend Anna on to talk about colour, it's like, if you don't have the right colour, or you want to wear beige, and you should be wearing a bright colour, so if you're kind of autumn and you like to wear spring colours, then it doesn't suit. Can you add that into your makeup? Because I think you can. I think it, you know, definitely makes a difference to the way you look, and definitely to the way you feel. It doesn't just have to be in the clothes, so long as you've got something near your eyes and complexion just to give you that boost. Alright, so that is such a nice blush. Now, I think it's really lovely to have this simple blush. I was actually going to add a highlighter on, but because I did that last week with the shine light, I'm just not going to do that. Because, again, really great makeup application is all about balance. So you don't want to be too glossy on the lips, glittery on the lids, which I'm going to be a little sparkly on the lids, and then have everything too texturized. So I'm just going to leave that as a really kind of like soft colour. Just check if I've got that balance. Actually, I might add a little bit more on this side. Yeah, very, very soft, really easy. So so natural looking. Do hundreds of shades. Isn't e.l.f. great? So much good makeup. Well, for us anyway, in the UK, in our chemists and Boots and Superdrug, really great shades. You can really be quite playful, you know, and not spend a fortune these days. Right, I'm going to use Refi for my brows. I'm really enjoying this. It's a double-ended product actually. I'll show you. It's a, I think actually it was an Instagrammer, sorry. Oh God, what a grammar, an Instagrammer. An influencer who started this brand. Please apologise. I apologise now if someone knows this lady who created this brand. A very gorgeous woman. I've forgotten her name, sorry. So anyway, it has a brush either side, whatever you prefer. Still looking good. Your brows, I'm going to use the more dense brush. I don't think I need to fill it in, that's fine. So you pop that on there and then twist it, and then you get the brow set. Now this is white, which sort of slightly worried me at first, but it is a really good set. Once it goes on, you just got to be careful not to overload like I've done there. So what I'm going to do is take the excess off and just go through that. There we are. But it's got a really nice hold to it, and even though I'm not going to put too much colour in, or if any colour in my brows, but we could do a little bit just at the tails, it's really nice because it just keeps them in place. It's a really good one. And I use the soap brows occasionally at work, but I just find it a bit of a faff having to mix it all together, whereas this is already made. Let me just put that back on, and then because I've taken the excess off, I'll just go through with the brush just so that it doesn't look too clumpy and lay it in place. That kind of lifting action with the brows does make such a difference. I'll go in again with my, oh excuse me, I'll go in again with my BBB London, Blink Brow London, just to kind of give a strength underneath. And pull that out a little bit, because the eye I'm going to do is really soft and sparkly. I know some of the comments actually were just like, oh, I like my eyelids are crepey like yours. You know, I don't really like to use metallics because it draws attention to it. I mean, there's nothing that you can do to hide the fact that, you know, our lids get a little bit crepier with more movement as we get older. Yes, if you put something sort of, especially something that's a little bit cooler and more icy, I think always really enhanced it more. But I don't mind that, because when I see someone with a sparkly eye on, yes, it does enhance the texture. Yes, but you've got sparkly eyes. So, did you care? No, I don't care. It just looks like you've got sparkly eyes. Yeah, if it enhances it, you're not going to hide it by putting a matte eyeshadow on. You're still going to see that. So just do what you feel, because a little bit of sparkle on the lids makes all the difference. So, also I wanted to ask you actually, so let me just start before I'm going, too many things in my head. So these are two beautiful sparkly shadows from Lisa Eldridge. Cressida and Angelica. And a lot of people have said, can you do a whole Lisa Eldridge face for me? Can you do a whole Pat McGrath face for me? Please let me know below if that is what you would like, the whole branding thing, because I always tend to mix things up price-wise, and just because I suppose that's how I work, by putting lots of different brands on people's faces. I don't often do a whole face of something, but if you are a brand fan and you would like to see me do things like that, I will. It helps me too. I'm going in with a little Bobbi Brown brush here. So I've put on the Cressida, so the Cressida shade, and I'm just going to blend that. The reason I'm blending it is that I don't like to get too much of a build-up. This is such a beautiful, wide awake eye product. And I say wide awake because if you just bring it very lightly, actually I'll go in with the applicator and place it just over that tear duct area, just using the tip. So you can really use this as the applicator. It's really nice and cool when you apply it. But not only does it really enhance the shape of your eye, but this is where we're really super dark, right? We're super dark in the corner of our eyes, around our nose, underneath our mouth, etc. So if you're feeling tired, to add brightness to this is exactly what gives you the lift that you need. So having something bright, the darker your skin goes, you probably want to use something like Angelica. Okay, so if you've got a warmer complexion. The warmer your skin, the warmer the products, but you can still get away with using something shimmery, but you just go a little bit darker than what I'm using, because this could actually look quite cool and quite pale and icy, and look like makeup on someone with a darker complexion. So for a darker complexion, you want to use a similar shade to what I'm using now, which is Angelica. Now I'm just doing this to add a little bit of soft dimension, but I'm not going to cross over. I'll blend those two in, but just to give a little bit of shape. And these products by Lisa just give a really soft gloss to the skin. Not too to the eye, not too sparkly, but just that kind of like modern, it's a modern texture that catches the light, that just kind of like boosts your skin, the quality of your skin, and just shapes your eye in that kind of really modern way, and it stays put. Beautiful. So I'll just bring that round as well. This is just a rounded brush, so I can just stretch the product in, and I'm just going to melt them together. And I'm probably going to bring that just a little bit more, but really pretty. And really fuse them together, I think, rather than making them sort of quite separate. So you've got the light, then you're like, I'm just going to fuse them over, but keep that light right over the tear duct, because I just like the combination of both colours together, actually. See, that looks just a little bit more classy. And again, it doesn't feel sticky, but a little bit more Cressida just here to catch that light. She's so lovely, Lisa Eldridge. I've only met her a couple of times, but each time just so lovely. A few chats on the phone, but she is such a lovely lady. So clever, so talented, so successful. Right, okie dokes. That's lovely. Now I want a nice big eye. God, I've loved that Beauty Pie mascara. I don't have it to move me into hand, because it's actually my Pro Kit. It's that good. Not meaning that that's good, meaning that it's just so good I know that once I put that mascara on, it's not going to move. Right, let's go for a little bit of Sculpted by Amy, another very successful businesswoman who is also a makeup artist. Let me just lift this up. I'm going to use it on the both of my top and bottom lashes. This is a great one that builds up and builds up. So I'll do a lash. So I'll apply the mascara first to the top lashes and then to the bottom. With this mascara wand, you can see it's got a little bit of a dip. So I apply it with the dip first, just to get lots, sorry, wrong way around, just to get lots of mascara to the roots. I'll use the tip, either way, either side, just for the bottom lashes. There you go. And then I'll come back and use the nice curve to really push the lashes up into place. So it's about dumping the product to the lashes, allowing it to set for a little bit, and then pushing up, 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 up. Drag that down. Great. Okay, so now we're going in with the belly. I'm really pushing. Now I'm lifting my eye up like this because I always now get mascara on my lids, because my lids are quite close to the roots of my lashes now. They used to be like up here, but now they're obviously all down here. So I just need to pull that up like that to really get that nice fan-like effect. Nice fanned lashes, because obviously this pink look is quite feminine, so it's nice to have that softness around the eyes. I'm loving this blush, this high blush actually, really kind of into it. I don't really wear my blush like that, but I would do if I was at work with someone. Right, okay, let me just tidy this up. What have we got here? Let's tidy up this. Dry cotton bud underneath. I'll let that settle in, but that's nice. Okay, before I put even more blush on, now as I get excited about something, I want more. Now, I'm not sure which lip to go for. I want to use one of Lisa's Dancing Rose new gloss embrace, which she sent me, which is so lovely. And again, going into my kit, because I just love all these really beautiful multi-pigmented metallic products, because it just gives life and energy to the makeup and to the skin in the way that it catches the light. So I want to use that, and this actually looks really pretty just by itself with a bit of lip liner. Whoa! No, I'm going to put colour on as well. So one of my favourite pinks, like a, whoa, look at that, is Gridlock by Urban Decay. I just love it. It's really fun. It's actually very similar to the lipstick. But I thought I might do the Matte Factor Matte Rose one. Again, both these lipsticks, most of the lipsticks that I love and use, are of a matter texture, but they're so hydrating because my lips just need colour that stays still. Otherwise it just slimes around my face and goes into the fine lines, and that just doesn't look pretty. So I'm going to use my other favourite product that I use all the time. I still haven't found one that is better than this. I go through pots and pots of these. Miracle Blur by Trini. You can put it on before your base, but I always just put it on before my lipstick. And if you've got quite dented lips as well, you can place that over the top, and it just gives a really nice smooth base. So I put that on. You can go straight in with the lipstick, or you can use a little bit of powder. I'm going to use the Secret Brightening Powder by Laura Mercier, which is fantastic for under the eyes, but it's just really soft for around the lips. You know, this little powder here, really great. I think I used it the other week actually, no? Applying that softness and matteness in a very soft and sheer way to your lips really helps you to get the colour on and to follow your lip line. If you're a little bit unsure and you don't know what you're doing and you've got a very hydrated or glossy, skin-cared, looked after, balmy lip, I'll get there in the end, then you put your lipstick on and it starts merging with all the skincare and you get in a pickle. It's such a common thing. So just a nice soft matte base before you start your lips really helps. Let's go in with a lighter one. I've also got a Laura Mercier lip pencil which we could do, which I'm sort of feeling, but this might be, why don't I just do a nice graduated lip? I'll leave the Urban Decay for another time. If you want me to show you that one on, or do another pink one, I can do that the following week. But let's do the Matte Rose. Oh no, better on my bottom. Better on my bottom. I was a bit like, oh no, it's a bit insipid against the blush. This is going to be a great blush colour, right? So just really take it as far as I can to the top line of my lip, but not too far. Yes, she looks nice, but I'm going to graduate it. I'm going to graduate it with the Laura Mercier Fuchsia, French Fuchsia lip liner. Silence is golden, golden. Yeah, that made the difference, didn't it? If you didn't drift off and you were following me on that. That's so much better. Gosh, it makes such a difference, doesn't it? If I've really got the time just to do that little bit of lip prep and to use a lip liner, it really brings out the top of my lip. So I'm just using, I'm mixing that together. So it's quite a brave pink. So this would be a really lovely, pretty feminine pink if you're just feeling like, you know, you want something that's pink but not too screamy pink, but this is definitely more of a statement lip. Let me just take, make sure I get nothing on my teeth. And let's go in with that, just on that high point. Just really blending that in, and I'm actually going to take it a little bit, fusing it into here. It's actually going to sit around my eye and into my hairline, but just that soft colour. That's nice, isn't it? That's really feminine. So much higher. And that's why just adjusting your makeup as you go. I mean, look, let's be frank, most of us haven't got time to faff around like this, but there are moments that you do have time to do them. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Love this. Really, really nice look. You just need to make sure that you don't bring it too close to the cheeks. It's more of a kind of like side angle. Oh, when the makeup comes together, I then start to feel calm. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Right, so let's finish off with this. Dancing Rose. I actually don't want to get the bright pink on the doe foot because I'll be using this by itself. I don't want it to become just a pink. I want to get that lovely kind of like multi-pigment effect. So let me just place it on with my finger. Now, the key tip, don't put this over the lip liner unless you've got really filled, tight lips. Just keep this in the centre because it will just travel. And just here, so you want to just use the lip line as the line, really kind of keeping that shape to your lips. Oh, that's so nice. And the wonderful thing about these Gloss Embrace lip products, if you haven't tried them, is that they feel like balms. They don't feel sticky or gloopy or treacly. They just feel like really beautiful balms, like skincare with colour. So here we are, going out with my black top on. I've got my colour on. I might just do like a little before and after. I should do those actually. Maybe would that be helpful? But similarly, like with like no makeup and the finished look, would that be good to sort of help you decide whether you want to watch the film or not? Lots of homework for you guys today, right? Lots of questions. If that would be helpful, let me know. Otherwise, let's bring on spring. Oh, I should have brought my daffodils in. Gonna get my daffodils, one sec. There we go. So cheery. They should have been at the back, shouldn't they? Anyway, everyone, spring is here, nearly here. And enjoy all the colourful daffodils and pink lips. See you next week.